It's exciting. We're getting ready for the moment when all the folks start showing up. Folks are flying in. The rehearsal tonight should be pretty grand.
Jesse. Do you remember the low one, the C sharp? So low one, here, so my, and then the high.
It's cool to see things from early on in CMW's development. Like I do love seeing like Jesse when he was younger and Sebastian earlier on, and just thinking about like all of the growth the organization has gone through is pretty awesome.
In a way, kind of changed my life, right? Because it allowed me to focus on music and focus on things after school that wasn't just sitting around, playing games and just hanging out. It just allowed me to focus. And with that focus, it allowed me to do better in school and socialize more and be exposed to individuals that I normally would not be exposed to. That's one thing that's beautiful about CMW is the way that it connects communities. And it's not just a community that we're a part of, but this community around us. And to this day, that's something that I still try to nurture through the board, is that connection and encouraging board members to participate in things like this, right? And participate, come to events, see what the students are doing, and connect with them. Because sometimes that little connection can make the difference for these young individuals.
The beginnings really, I think, were planting or sort of seeding in Sebastian's mind while we were undergrads. I graduated a year before Sebastian, so I went away to do some graduate work in music, and I came back and Sebastian was starting the first year and asked me if I wanted to teach at the West End Community Center. It started really small. It was kind of like 2 afternoons a week in the computer room among like tables and computers and boxes, because they use that room for a lot of different things.
This is the 25th season reunion concert of Community MusicWorks. Thank you for being here.
I think Community MusicWorks is important to me because it offered a different perspective of what I could be doing in my life and like the way that I could be voicing like what I wanted and setting like some real goals that I don't know if I would have even thought were attainable beforehand.
I found out that my dad had put my name into the lottery, and then I got in around 7th grade. And eventually I got into phase 2, and I think that's really where my involvement started to grow in this program more. I was so happy to be in phase 2. It was always like that cool older kids club. And when I got there, I realized that it was more than just the older kids club. We talked about a lot of social justice issues. We played different types of music. I always loved getting there and being part of this, group of my peers. It wasn't like a structured debate or it wasn't a structured discussion, really. It was just honest, open discussion, and I loved it.
Los padres formamos una pequeña comunidad aquí cuando esperábamos que los niños salieran porque eran media hora, 45 minutos, 1 hora de clase, no daba tiempo ir y volver, nos quedábamos ahí. ahí desarrollamos más nuestra amistad porque estábamos siempre ahí, los padres. Teníamos que hablar, uno, por callado que sean, hablábamos uno con el otro.
Music needs to come from a connection between people, and its destination is a connection between people. Community is before music in the priorities of the organization as well as the name.
It was beautiful to see everybody come together and see people I hadn't seen in 10 years, some students who are now have their own families that I was teaching them when they were in junior high school, and it's just beautiful to see everybody come back and share, you know, that same feeling together again.
When I come back, I always feel like I have a place in CMW. I think that I'll probably always come running back to CMW at any point in my life, just because like I feel like I need the music and the community like as a part of like my person.
When you work with Community MusicWorks and for Community MusicWorks and at Community MusicWorks, you become tied in and connected with people at the family level, and you know, in the lives of your students and their families. So if there were anybody who's going to newly come in and influence this place and leave their own marks in this place, I wish that I could convince them very early on, you're absolutely going to make a difference. You're probably not going to know how, and it's not for you to know. Even if you're just bringing juice, you know, even if you're dropping off a bag of groceries or you're playing a specific note, you're causing an impact. You're impacting change.